Well, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell delays a vote on a new health care bill until Senator John McCain returns after his surgery. So what does this do to the Trump agenda? Joining us now is Chief Economist Anthony Chan. Anthony, nice to see you.
Good morning.
All right, so markets seem to be taking this latest setback in stride, and that's really what we've seen since the election with this pro-growth agenda. What do you think is going to happen now? Will that continue?
Well, I think it's very clear what's going to happen. It's going to be another unnecessary delay for the Republicans, perhaps disappointment. But given the fact that they can't afford to lose too many seats, I think that Mitch McConnell will have to put on a full-court press to make sure they don't lose any additional voters. We heard over the weekend that Susan Collins, the senator, has said that there may be another 8 to 10 Republicans that are sort of on the fence or maybe even leaning towards a no. That's a disappointment, simply because the Republicans have said repeatedly that they want to do health care reform before they go on and move on to tax reform. So this is another unfortunate setback.
Do you think that the markets will continue taking this in stride, though? They've been really kind of sort of able to take some of these ups and downs that we've seen.
I really think so, because obviously it's an unfortunate health situation for Senator McCain, a big disappointment. So this is not something that's happening because of an internal situation. This is a little bit more serious. So I think the markets will take it in stride. That and the fact that I believe that the markets have very, very low expectations with regard to health care reform and unfortunately even with regard to tax reform. So I don't think the markets will be hurt all that much.
Well, let's talk about this week, because this is a really busy week for earnings. So what do you think is going to be more important as we go into this week? We're going to see BlackRock, Netflix today, later this week, Bank of America, Goldman, GE. What's going to be more important, do you think, the earnings or Washington policy over the course of this week? There's
no question that over the last couple of weeks, investors have been more focused on earnings. We saw the financial stocks having pretty good earnings, kicking it off. And I think that this quarter will give you another good earnings seasons. Not as strong as the first quarter, but you will probably get something in the neighborhood of about 8% on a year-over-year basis. And I think for the year as a whole, you're probably going to be somewhat north of 8% for the whole year as a whole. And next year, perhaps even better if all those setbacks that we talked about a little earlier sort of dissipate and we start to get some of that reform a little later, but later is better than never.
All right. Well, we will see. Thanks for your insight this morning, Anthony.
My pleasure.
All right. Anthony Chan.